I think I learned that when I was like uh, 11 or 10 years old because of my grandfather. He used to speak 7 languages. I'm professional in 17 languages now. So he speaks 7 languages, including Mandaic. I learned a lot from him, and he used to engrave Mandaic letters. So he taught me how to write the letters. Later, I found the book of Lady Drawer, which is being translated by two Mandaeans into Arabic, which contains, a list of the Mandaic alphabet and some other prayers written in Arabic as well. And we have several books and scrolls from my grandfather, very old ones. I tried to go to my relative's house to baptize myself in the river, and then wearing white and go into the, chest that contains the book and try to read and learn. So I taught myself how to, read and write. Later, when I get in touch with Termida, he was at that time, Termida Abdullah, son of Ganzibra Najm in Basra, and he saw me, he shocked in the 70s, especially early 70s, like 74 or 73. And he saw that I memorize things and I can read and write and can pray, do the prayers. This is, at that time, was something very rare, because there is no proper schools, no proper education. So I used to be a very distinctive person within the community, within the school, because of also my father was in the same school I was, and he took care of me very well. But from that time, I try to understand and rely on myself, and sometimes consult with the forces of light, let us say. Yeah, very frequently. Very frequently. Never stopped. From, like 46, 47 years till now. Most of my life was with people, and even it comes to people, they cannot do anything until they consult me, even with little details in their lives. It comes to that point. We don't call it magic incantations or magic texts or magic tradition. We used to call it like healing texts, which is totally, in the texts themselves and the methods we used, it's totally opposite to any kind of magic, which is, of course, prohibited in Mandaic to practice magic. But in the Mandaean tradition and texts, there are certain religious texts for protection, even in the baptism, like some prayers called sealing prayers, protecting prayers. So you protect even the shkanda who do witness the ceremony after we finalize the ceremony. Ashkanda, a witness should be like witnessing that we did everything in a truthful way, in the right way, in a complete way, and he's like a messenger of light and witness for us. even though we protect that person with certain prayers and bless him. Uh, so these kind of prayers and system, I believe, it's part of the Nasorayan way of life. You can't be a professional Mandaean Nasorayan or a real Mandaean Nasorayan unless you get that ability of healing and using the superpower of Mandaism. The Nasoraeans is the a term for those who have the spiritual knowledge and wisdom. It's called Nazirutha, which is it is the depth of the religion. The Nasorayan person is a person who is well trained in Mandaean, Nasorayan art. That kind of art is to be a professional in performing rituals, have deep understanding, very intellectual person, very spiritual, very devoted person. And one of the characters, major characters in a Nasorayan person is to be in a constant contact with the divine forces and with heaven. If that person do not have that connection, cannot be considered as a Nasorayan. A Nasorayan person is not necessarily to be from a priest category. Should be sometimes from a lay people, but get that ability. And Nasoraeans used to get their spiritual knowledge from, in two ways. One, you get it naturally. You just get it. Like an experience come to that person, and then he can see through. And the other one is to have that experience, but also be trained in the Nasorayanhood. So for me is I got both of them. I trained myself. I tried to understand everything. I studied all science, mathematics, physics, in addition to history and languages, geography, you name it, art. So it's a Nasorayan person who received both the Manda and the deep enlightenment, which is Nazirutha.